Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
I like that, y'all. I like that, y'all. I like that, y'all.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
I like that, y'all. I like that, y'all. I like that, y'all.
Hello, crypto friends, fans, and people out there. We are live. How are you doing? As you can see, watch this. It's going to be magic. Welcome to the Crypto Happy Hour. And give us a second here as we move the clock around. There we go. How you doing out there? Let me know in the chat. Say hello. Don't be too shy to say hi. Or if you're too high to say shy, then do that thing. Anyway, moving into Btc Usd, as you can see, for tonight's watch list, we have a new buy and sell zone. This is not financial advice, of course. This is some crazy ass dude on the internet, and you should never ever take financial advice from someone on YouTube. But you can learn something. You can learn how to chart and set your buy and sell zones like we've done here. We're looking at Btc Usd on Binance. This particular data, I'm using the beta version of TradingView. And let's have a look. So as you can see, we've set up the Fibonacci tables that you're familiar with if you've been following this channel. We have the green area here, which is the buy zone. We have the red up here to sell. And basically, these are set up to track this up movement. And then we're going to retrace. And once we get down to here, we feel like that the 0.786, the 0.886 region is the buy zone. So we're almost there. If you want to be aggressive, jump on in there. That's what I'm going to do with my trading account. As soon as we can dip down into here. And then we have the retracement on the opposite side going up to, let's see, yeah, the 0.786. So let's get you some support. Looking at support, you can see these two candles here, the body of the candles. Even if you wanted to go down here on the wicks, you would have the 47,592.11 for support. And then let's get your resistance is going to be, we're on the 4-hour time frame, by the way. Right here at the 48,894.9 something. Yeah, 48.894.65 USD. Moving on, let me grab the watch list here. Yep, so moving on to DOT. Been on our watch list, and we have the, as you can see right now, we are in the, hey, let's buy some stuff zone. And support is going to be down at the 34.87. And then the first area of resistance is going to be coming up there. We're on the 4-hour time frame. RSI is kind of dead center, so we're kind of chugging away sideways. As you can see, we came all the way down to test this 100-day moving average. So we got some really good support down here. So if one was to be trading this, one would say, this might be a good opportunity to get in to DOT USD. And as you can see, we have the sell target set up here. These are swing trades. So don't expect this to happen overnight or intraday, what have you. Our target is way up here at 38.55, and I'll put you a ruler on that. So basically, if you're in this trade, somewhere around 10%, yeah, 10% gain if things go our way. So we do have the 100-day moving average underneath, watching the 1226 to kind of converge coming up. And moving on to BNB, Binance Coin. Same setup. We are down here in just below. We dipped below the particular target. This pivot that we have marked at the 227.178. We do have good support there, so we're holding support, and resistance is we're going to encounter. We may need to go into the 1 hour, maybe even the 30-minute to find. Yeah, you can see all this activity here. We have the 230.51 resistance. You know, we're in a market tight range here. We are in the trade zone for this particular one. Again, this is not financial advice. Never ever take advice from anybody on YouTube with your money. Your money is what makes you live. So there we go. Zoom back out to the 4 hour, and you can see that we have this set up for a long-term swing in the buy zone for BNB USD. Moving on to IOTA, Internet of Things. This particular one we have marked as we've been kind of bouncing around in this no trade zone, so we're going to tighten that one up. And you have support down at the, so this resistance here becomes support. So we have support at the 1.240, resistance up here at the 1.29. So very tight range. We've drawn this rectangle here. Let's kind of massage that a little bit. Bear with me. Still have the gimpy finger that has been damaged. So we're trying to break out of this zone, consolidation zone for IOTA. So keep an eye on that. Let's move forward to ADA, Cardano. Cardano, as you can see, we're still getting support off this 100-day moving average. We're on the 4-hour chart here and still looking for some direction. The RSI is kind of moving to the bottom, to the overbought. I'm sorry. Yeah. Overbought. I always get that wrong. Anyway. Banging around. So we're still in no trade zone for ADA. Keeping a watch out for that. And let's zoom in to the 1 hour. There we go. So we can get some support. We have good support down here at the 1.08 and resistance at first level resistance. Going to be at the 1.22. Right there. Very tight range. Kind of banging around. Look at the RSIs on the lower level. So watch it for it to dip in. And volume is trailing off for ADA USD. Moving on to Link, L-I-N-K USD. And as you can see, we are down into the buy zone for this particular one. for a swing trade, if you're into that kind of thing, we're still trying to find a bottom here. So we might hit the pause button until we have this pivot here at the 20, what was that pivot there? Excuse me, 27.00. So watching that one. And as we come back up through, we'll adjust these Fibonacci's for a buy and sell. So trying to find a bottom on the LINK USD. And as you can see that once we get into the oversold, that's where our bottom will be. But volume's drying up, so keep an eye on volume for LINK. Moving on to Ethereum ETH USD on our watch list, and as you can see, we're trying to bust through this 100-day moving average, which has been giving us grief for quite some time. So we're banging away at that on the 1 hour, 4 hour time frame. Yeah, there's a 100-day up there, but let's switch back. I think it's a good indication of the struggle. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Now we have the 12, 26-day moving average coming down to give us more resistance. So we'll move our support level down to the, it's going down to test it as we speak, 15.1182. Resistance up at the 1533.34, and just watch that 100-day moving average and the 12.26 converging. So everything's coming down to there, giving us some indication of direction. Moving on to XLM USD. As you can see, we're falling into the buy zone for this particular one that we have set up. So let's look for our support and resistance levels. We are on the 1 hour time zone. And looking at support down here at the 0.403411 and resistance at the, let's see, when we climb up, we're going to first encounter that one right there, 0.41022. Very tight range for this particular coin. That's Stellar XLM USD. So watching that. So we're trying to drop into that buy zone. And as you can see, we have our, if we zoom out to the 4 hour, there's our target. Look at that support hold down there and bounce up into, there you go. If you're out there, don't be too shy to say hi. Say hello in the chat. Moving on to NU USD. We dropped just below our buys on this one, so we're gonna maybe a little bit hesitant to make sure that we find a bottom down here. And let's get your support. So we're looking for a bottom at the 0.660000000000. There you go. And resistance here. So scouting out that bottom there for us to have a good bounce. RSI is in good shape, but volume is kind of drying up. So watch that volume as we try to find a direction. Moving on to Nmr Usd. Where are you at there? There we are. So NMR, we're trying to find a bottom on this particular one, so we haven't charted out a buy sell. So looking at that, I think we're going to hold there at the 3.27 USD. And then we should probably go to the 1 hour. There we go. As you can see, the wick just kind of bounced in there. And that was a previous 100-day moving average for support, and then resistance. We're going to leave it there. Yeah, we're still at the 39.539 resistance for Nmr USD. Okay, let's go to LTC, and we'll talk about this one a little bit. Yes, we did exit our position on LTC. We talked about that this morning. We exited up here. We got into the sell zone with the expectation for it to come back down, find some support. But we did leave 10% of that position on the table. And we're going to do that forever because of the fundamental purpose of that. Yeah, it could be possibly the choice for the currency exchange. And you heard me talk about it, but we'll spend more time later on. I want to get you through this. So support is at the 174.74. You're going to first encounter resistance at the 180.90. All anticipation, yeah, we see the volumes kind of right at the average mark, and then RSI's trailing off to the bottom, so we may get into the oversold for a bounce. So watch your RSI and volume. Okay, let's move on into the DeFi tokens. And let's see, moving on to AAVE USD. Tight range for this guy. So we're still scouting the bottom. It's still banging around. So we're looking for that support to hold down here at the, what is that, the 359.73 USD. So it may taper off into there. And we'll leave our resistance there at the 376.81 because that's been pretty much a good indicator of trying to get through there. Moving on to Mkr USD. As you can see, we came up, we've been banging around, and this particular trade, we'll need to adjust. Let's do that right now if you don't mind. Bear with me 1 second. So we have a new pivot at the 2046. And come over here. Now we'll move their entry into that range. Okay, let's see here. There we go. Top stays the same. And then there we are. So we kind of went through the bottom of our buy target here. So if you're scouting this one, watch the volume, which was the last candle was pretty strong. As you can see, it's just almost double above the average. And so if one was to invest in this particular one, this would be the right time, I think. But that's not financial advice or nothing like that. But we are in the buy target, and then you can see we have a decent amount of range. So if you're into that, you could get like a 10% return if we can make it back up to the sell target for Mkr. Okay, that wraps it up for me. If you're out there, don't be too shy to say hi. Put something in the chat. I'll give you a few more minutes, and then we'll call it a day. While we're doing that, let's have a look back at Btc Usd. Big old candle on the sell side. That's okay because the stock market was down today as well. So hanging around just a few more minutes for you before I sign off. Okay. Well, thank you, and thank you for coming by. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, all those things for the algorithm on YouTube, and we'll see you first thing in the morning. Good night.